All right, good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, good morning, dear educators. We are once again so glad to have you here. We're once again so glad to have you here.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah,
Hi, good
great.
morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Is that Mr. Silvanus? Oh, great, awesome. So we intend to make today's session as interactive as possible. So if you can hear me, although to avoid audio interference, interference and disturbances, we want to make use of text interactions. Okay, so we'd like to encourage everyone to maximize the Zoom chat platform for our discussions. Right? So we can always keep talking through the chat platform. You can send your messages to the chat. We're going to see it and we're going to respond. So please do not turn on your audio, do not turn on your video. Just let's discuss through the chat platform. Right, this way us to have a smooth recording. And most of us are live on YouTube. We do not want to do interference. All right, so thank you very much for your understanding. All right, so this morning, let's start by dropping stuffs in the chat. Can you begin to drop stuff? Just good morning, hello, let's feel your presence. Let's know you're here. All right, so let's begin by using the chat room. All right, good morning in the chat room. Something, send a message, just put something together in the chat room. All right, let's just feel your presence. Let's know you're here. All right, so we want this session to be interactive. Okay, so please, if you can hear me, if you're there, can you drop a good morning in the chat room or something, just a message in the chat room? Awesome, yeah, I can get a response. Yeah, so that's great. That's great. Okay. Great. That's great. Okay. Can you keep it coming, please? Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Okay. Keep it coming. Yeah, it's very important to us. We need to have everybody carried along, all right, in this meeting. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. 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 Okay. Thank you very much for the response. So in the course of the session, feel free to express your thoughts, your comments, your questions through the chat room. All right, so we can keep talking and interacting. So when we see what you put in there, we're going to, we'll acknowledge it live and we'll talk about it. All right, so please, we encourage you to maximize the Zoom chat room. And then if you're watching us from YouTube, kindly use the chat channel too on YouTube to drop your comment, to drop your thoughts and your questions so that we can keep interacting. All right, so interaction is an essential part of this session. All right, so we need to interact and we need to discuss. So once again, I'd like to say you are all welcome. You are welcome. So this morning, before we go on, I'd like to specially recognize some of our facilitators who are currently here with us. I know Mr. Ressa is here with us. Mr. Ressa, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Ressa, are you there? Can you hear me? Oh, okay, maybe she's busy. All right, so we have Mr. Ressa here. Okay, yeah, great. Oh, she can hear me. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Okay, I can see it in the chat. All right, great. Thank you for joining us again this morning, Mr. Ressa. We are so glad to have you in our midst. Thank you. All right, so Miss Teresa is getting set for. She's going to be coming up in one of the forthcoming sessions too in the course of the training. All right, thank you so much for staying with us. All right, I think I saw Mr. Lani. Mr. Lani here. Oh, okay, he's not here yet. Oh, great. Oh, great. Oh, great. Okay, thank you, Mr. Teresa. I can see that. All right, great. So we have to go straight to the point this morning. So what's our focus this morning? We want to be looking at digital branding for educators, for schools and educators. And then we're also going to be looking at, how you can have access to the Microsoft Education Center. The Microsoft Education Center, as we have been, it's a place, it's a resource center for every educator. If you're an educator, you need to be in the Microsoft Education Center. There's so much, resource, so much information to gather from that place that will help you for your professional development. All right, that will enhance your professional development. So we want to inform you about the Microsoft Education Center and also guide you on how you can become a certified Microsoft Innovative Educator, which is a plus to you in terms of your career experience. All right, so and then we have someone in the house. We have a special. He's a Microsoft guru, he's a Microsoft expert. I don't want to say too much about him. I don't want to, but he's the few times we've got to discuss, he really opened my eyes to all our stuff. There are some goodies he's going to be sharing with us because schools, like I said, like I always say, in this training, we are concerned about giving you something practical, something you can start using right away from this training, and that is going to give you a better result, a greater outcome. Okay, so he's going to be sharing some Microsoft goodies with you. All right, so for schools that you can integrate and then have begin to prepare for the forthcoming session. All right, so any school that is not preparing for the next session right now is joking. All right, so quickly, I want to bring up Mr. Silvanos. Mr. Silvanos, if you can hear me, Please, can you please respond? Can you unmute your microphone?
Okay, yeah, good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Silvanos, thank you for joining
Good,
us.
yeah, good morning.
All right, so Mr. Silvanos,
Okay, so
the
hope,
floor is yours.
all right, good morning,
Good
ladies
morning.
and gentlemen. Yeah, hi. Okay, my name is Silvanos Justice. Okay, I work with one of the tech companies that support Microsoft in Nigeria. Okay, and also I am a Microsoft certified trainer. Okay, so I want to bore you with any of my credentials. Okay, but I just want us to go straight to the business of the day. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, for the remaining part of this section, and there'll be a little. I'm going to show you a bit of the tools, and also I would like to take questions and provide answers as regards to your questions. Okay. So please, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Okay, you can either drop it on the chat or you can just speak up. Okay, so that we can have this as interactive as possible. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, buy on me? Can you please
Yeah, you have the
allow
permission.
me
You
to
can.
share my screen, please?
Yes, you have the permission. You can.
Okay. Okay, but I can't start
Oh,
sharing
great.
until
That's
you
true.
stop sharing. Okay.
Yeah, so you can.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right, so
So can we see this now, please?
Mr. Silvanos, can you turn on your video? Is it possible?
Hi.
Can you turn on your video? Is it possible?
You said,
Turn on your video.
can I turn my video on?
Yeah. Would you like to do that?
Okay. That's a moment, please. Okay. That's a moment, please. A brief moment, please. Okay. That's a moment. So I think I'm having a little technical difficulty with the sharing of the video. Okay, but let's move ahead with the presentation and if possible to come up. Okay.
All right, fine.
Thank you. Okay, that's a moment. So please, I think I've introduced myself. So that is me. Okay, and let's go straight to the business of the day. So this section is intended for educators, school administrators, and educational partners, both in Nigeria and global, because Microsoft irrespective of geographic site. So I'll be speaking basically on this topic. Okay. So it's Microsoft provides educate technology tools and learning opportunities for all learners. Now, okay, we've seen a surge of increase in technology. How do I mean? Now we've come to realize two things. We can take classrooms outside the classrooms. What do I mean? What I mean is this: you do not have to be in a physical location to actually offer knowledge, offer information to students, to learners. You can stay in any location to offer these services. Now, the Microsoft 365 education provides you the opportunity to take classroom out of the classroom, create the interactive environment, and create the imaginative ability, creative ability of your learners, so that they can, in a way, bridge the digital gap that we are experiencing in especially Africa. So Microsoft 365 actually empowers schools, empowers educators and students to incline towards technology. So I'm not going to be with too many theories. Okay, you can see the link on the PowerPoint. So I'm going to take you to that link. Okay, so that we can just look at it. Just briefly. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. I lost network connections. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, please go on, Mr. Silvanus.
Hello.
Please go on. We're here, please.
Okay, please. My apologies. Yes, I
Fine.
lost connections to. Okay, so can you see my screen, please? Hello.
Yes, we are here. Please go on. We're with you.
Hello.
Yes, you can go on, Mr. Silvanus. We can hear you.
Okay. 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 Oh, that site. Okay. 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 So, trying to assess the educational side for Microsoft services.
Okay, sorry everyone. Sorry we lost Mr. Silvanus. It's just one of these digital issues. Okay, so please stay with us. We are still live, and then so you can see Silvanus is trying to quickly open us up to some platforms, some learning platforms. I'm sure it's going to be reconnecting. I'm sure it's going to be reconnecting. All right, please kindly mute your audio, please. Everyone, please kindly mute your audio. Thank you so much. All right, so Mr. Silvanus is trying to reconnect. Okay, so while it does that, there's a poll. I'm going to be launching a poll now. All right, so we have a number of questions there, and then you are expected to answer all the questions. All right, we're expected to answer all the questions. The poll here. I'm going to be launching a poll right where you see it over there at your end. So please kindly answer the questions. It's going to help us in this training to put
Yeah, I
challenges.
have.
All right, so I'm going to launch the poll now. All right. Yes, so I've launched the poll. So I believe you can see the questions from your end. Please kindly answer the questions. Let's take the next few minutes to all answer the questions. Kindly go on, please. Everyone answer the questions. Thank you.
Yeah, with me.
All right, so yes, Mr. Silvanus, can you hear me? Okay. So please, yeah. Okay, so I can see the response already. We have one response. Please let's go on, everyone. Let's answer the questions in the poll. It's very important for us to put certain things in place for this training. So please, thank you. Yeah, I can see the feedback. I can see the feedback from here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hello.
That's great.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Silvanus, are you there? Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Silvanus.
Oh.
Okay, great, great, great. Okay, I can still get more. Awesome, awesome. I can see the response. All right, I can see the response. We've got a lot of response right here. Got a lot of response right here. Okay, thank you. All right, great. Please keep it coming. Keep it coming. Please keep the response coming. Thank you, everyone. Keep it coming. We really need the response. Please keep it coming. Thank you, everyone. Keep it coming. And don't forget that you can actually use the Zoom chat, the Zoom chat platform to share your thoughts, your comments, and then your questions. All right. So the chat room is active. Feel free to drop your thoughts, your questions, and comment. All right. So thank you. Yeah, we have more. We have more. We have more. Let's keep it coming. Let's keep it coming. So we all need to answer the questions in this poll. All right. So we have like about 2 minutes more for us to finish the poll. Finish with the poll. Okay. All right. Great. 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 Okay. Okay. Great. So we have just like about 1 minute more to finish with this. Just a minute more to round up this poll because of our time this morning. Just a minute more. All right, so we're almost there. 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 Okay, so I think for the fact that we have several persons trying to join along the line, we understand that some persons are actually having issues with network. All right, so we're gonna leave the poll. I think I should leave the poll and keep trolling. So as you come in, you see the poll. Please kindly answer the questions so that you can help us to have the records. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So please go on. Okay. All right. So please, let's work on the poll. 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 Let's work on the poll.
Okay.
Let's work on the poll. Okay, great, awesome, awesome. Okay, so at the moment we have 10 responses. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I think I'll still leave the poll. All right, great, great. Okay, so we have to take the next session now. Okay, so Mr. Sivanos is trying to uh, adjust some things from his end. So we have to just go into the next session now. And then Mr. Sivanos is still going to come up. You can be rest assured, he's got a lot of stuff to show us. All right, so oh, great. Okay, so want to be looking at digital branding for schools and educators. Want to be looking at digital branding for schools and educators. Please, as you come in, make sure you fill in the poll. All right. So, why have we decided to deal with this issue today? Many things to say. All right, but please go on with me in this slide, and let's see what we have here. He who fails to plan is planning to fail. This was from Winston Churchill. He who fails to plan is planning to fail. Are you ready for the future of education? This is a question that every school owner, this is a question that every proprietor, every proprietress, this is a question that every head of school, every educator should begin to consider. All right, are you ready for the future of education? Are you ready? What are you doing right now? Looking at all that is happening. What are the plans that are ongoing from your hand? All right, speaking to the school owners, to the proprietors, to the school administrators and the likes. What are you doing right now about the changes that is happening? All right, are you ready to change? Are you ready to also, change your approach and probably try something new, and just to ensure that you are not lost in the midst of all of what is happening? All right, so this is a question I'd like to start with in this session. All right, are you ready for the future of education? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. So now, I haven't answered that question. All right, we need to still go further, and I'm put a lot of questions into consideration. Yeah, because this section is going to, arouse some thoughts, your mind, and help everyone to see: are we ready for the future of education? Or are we ready for the things that I imagine, the things that are about to happen? Are we ready? That's the question. All right, questions to consider. Look at the first question here. It says, what if schools remain locked down till further notice? That's a question. Now, how prepared are you for remote learning in the next session? That's another question. Another question here says, what if your learners are withdrawn to other schools that are already prepared for remote learning? That's another question. Another question says, do I have the digital skills relevant? Do I have the digital skills to be relevant and prepared as an educator? That's another question. And another question says, are there other opportunities I need to consider as an educator? That's another question. It's like I said, as we go on in this session, feel free to express your thoughts, your comments and questions through the Zoom chat platform. What do you think about what we're talking about here? What do you think about this conversation, this discussion? Feel free to drop it in the Zoom chat, and let's hear from you. Oh, great. So these are questions and many more that we need to start considering even at a time like this. All right, what if and what if and what if and what if? It is best to be prepared. All right, I don't want to say for the worst, but wisdom demands that we are ready, that we are prepared. Remember, he who fails to plan is planning to fail. The reason why the pandemic really affected a lot of schools is because they failed to plan effectively by integrating digital education into their system. All right, it can be so nice and so interesting. We can get carried away. All right, especially when you have a system that is working and money is coming in and everything looks fine. All right, not knowing that there could be some possible threats, all right, that could come up at a time like this. All right, so even as of now, then we can begin to think about the future and begin to prepare sufficiently. All right, and that's why we are bringing this up. there's no better time to begin to plan and prepare. You know, Mr. Lani said something on Wednesday while he was taking a session that the school where he works in Turkey, that way back as last year, they already prepared for distance learning, even before the pandemic. They were ready. The resources, the tools, everything was already in place. So once you had to start remote learning, we were just informed to log into the files, the tools, and pop them up and begin to use them. They were ready and they were prepared. All right. So these are questions we need to look at. What if the lockdown stays longer? Okay. What if it stays longer? What is going to be the choice we have to make sure that the school still gets running? All right. These are many questions that we need to ask. And this is where digital branding comes in now as a secret to sustaining your business space through brand awareness and unique service delivery. This is where digital branding comes in now as a secret to sustaining your business space. All right. Many schools are going to be extincted, are going to go into extinction. All right. Right now, many schools are reducing their staff, they are dropping teachers and all of that and all of that. But why is that happening? University and Nigeria, University, they have to retrench 100 workers. Why is all of this happening? Why is all of this happening? And in the midst of this, the competition gets tougher. It gets tougher. I raised a question. I said, what if you lose your learners, as a school owner? So other schools that are already prepared for e-learning. All right, because the thing is, right now, as we are talking here, there are several schools that successfully ended the last session. And right now, they are still, they are having summer experiences and getting set for the next session. All right. And I will say that it's not expensive. And that's what we're here. We're here to let you know that it is not expensive. All right. At whatever level you are, you can have a successful digital education platform. That's the message we sounded, that it's not expensive. It's not. But if you have the message that it's not expensive, all right. So as you go on in this training, you begin to understand all of this. Certain free tools and stuff that are available for you to integrate and begin to function as a digital, as an e-learning school, as a virtual school successfully. So this digital branding comes in, all right? So because you need to be able to sustain your business space, all right, through brand awareness, people must know you. They must still feel you that, oh, this is a school and they are still existing. Many schools for the past 3 months have not, parents don't even know what is going on with the school. The school is doing nothing because of the pandemic. There are many things you can do, even outside the fact that, even outside teaching students, there are many things you can do as a school to still preserve your brand. There are many things you can be doing online, and people are going to feel the fact that, oh, this school still exists. And, they are reminded of the fact that, oh, this school is still offering this value, still offering this, still offering, many things to be done. But many schools have folded their hands and, they are waiting for the federal government to declare that school should open again and all of that. And by the time that will probably happen, that will be very late and a lot will have been affected. Key definitions. All right. Your brand is the way the outside world perceives your company. All right. In fact, I tell you something. Some schools have, because the world right now is now digital. We're in the era of global digitalization. All right. So if people can no longer perceive your presence, all right, can no longer. Do you know that as small as just sending SMS, as small as that looks like, all right, it's a way of sending, preserving your brand. As small as that is. Let alone talking about social media platforms and all of that, okay, that are available for you to make your word, all right, talking about your prospective, your customers, the parents and all of that, to keep perceiving the fact that, oh, this school exists, this school is still here. Your branding is a process of designing and building a unique, memorable brand, all right. This is something every school must keep doing every now and then, every now and then, every now and then. The pandemic does not stop you from branding yourself. It does not stop you from creating your brand awareness. It doesn't stop you at all. It doesn't. Your brand identity is a set of creative elements that feed into the branding process, like your website, your social media. Social media, very important, and logo that broadcasts your message, values, and purpose. All right, so digital branding is how you design. Digital branding is how you design and build your brand online through websites, apps, social media, video, and more. Digital branding consists of a combination of digital marketing and internet branding to develop a brand online. All right. Okay. That is what digital branding is all about. Okay. So how you design and build your brand online. As a school, you need to have a website. If you don't have a website, it's fine. There are other options that you can still afford. All right. To make sure that you sustain your business space online. all right, because that is where the world is now. All right, so the world right now is online. If you are not online, you are out of the world. If you are not online right now, you are out of the world. You are not existing. That's what it looks like now. Opportunities, job opportunities, everything is offline, online. That is where we are right now. There is nothing you can do about that. You have to just be in. You have to just be online. All right, so that's what we're talking about in this training. All right, so please, dear school owners, please ensure that it's really very important that you preserve your brand. It's very important that you preserve your brand. All right, the customers, your clients, the parents, they must keep feeling it. They must keep perceiving your presence. Oh, that this school exists. There are a lot of things you can do aside from the teaching activities, learning activities. All right, to preserve your brand and make your learners and make them know that, oh, this school still exists. All right, and this school is still ready to deliver quality. It's still ready to offer value. All right, so the pandemic must not, take us off. If you are not online, you can't be on the line for opportunities. That's one of the quotes, one of my quotes. If you are not online, you can't be on the line for opportunities. Please remember, we like to hear from you in the chat room. Feel free to drop your thoughts in the chat room. Feel free to drop what you think about what we are discussing here in the chat room. It's very important. We need to hear from you. All right. So if you're not online, you can't be on the line for opportunities. That is exactly what is happening. All right. That's because from research, I couldn't put that in this slide because of time and all of that. All right. You need to know how much time people spend on social media daily. You need to know how much time people invest on. People are always online. Facebook, especially WhatsApp. WhatsApp, people are online every now and then. Every now and then. So if you are not online, you can't be on the line for opportunities. Now, this is the period in Nigeria, where schools do run admission and all of that, do entrance examinations and all of that. So you can as well have online entrance examinations. In fact, you can have a dynamic and a catchy online exam. All right. Well, for schools that will come to us and we'll discuss, we'll give you some ideas on how you can do that. An online exam that is catchy, because your online examination is an avenue for you to begin to attract the people that come into your school. All right. So the structure of the online exam is very important. All right. So if you're going to be running a entrance exam online, you have to run it in such a way that the kids that are writing the exam will enjoy it. And then they will want to come around. They want to come around. So please, beginning from there, talking about admission examinations, you have to start you have to start creating your branding from that point. All right. So the digital branding must begin from that aspect. You have to start sending it. You have to start doing it from there. All right. So that's very great. And then we are in the era of global digitalization. If you are not always online, then you are out of the world. Invest strongly in your online presence. First, let's come down. Let's come down to us as little as WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a platform now where you have people from all over the world. You chat, do video call, you chat, do video call. As simple as reaching out to your parents, to the learners, creating a WhatsApp group for learners, creating a WhatsApp group for parents. When you reach out to them, you send message and you share value, your values, what you are doing. When your customers see the value you have in mind, and they see the fact that, oh, you are preparing to add value. As a school, you can't sit down and fold your hands. You have to be working. Right. So when they see the fact that, oh, this school has great plans for us, oh, they have great plans for our kids. They are planning this. They are planning this. They are planning this. All right. So they will know that, oh, yes, they thought of probably withdrawing their kids to others. So right now, the competition is going to get tougher. Right. So before your hands, other schools that are already integrating the child education are going to get your kids. They're going to get your learners. So the best thing to do now is to start thinking of how to actually integrate e-learning into your school. Should there be an extension in the lockdown? Let's begin to think of that. Let's begin to think of that. That's very, very essential, and that's very, very important. That's very, very important. Integrating the digital fully into school administration is a must for survival in the school business. This training is all about helping you build your brand as you develop the digital components of a 21st century school. And that's where I'm going to stop on this presentation. So this training is all about helping you build your brand as you develop the digital components of the 21st century school. That's what this training is all about. That's what this training is all about. All right. So please, like I said, in the chat room, please keep popping up your chat. Keep popping up your chat. Want to hear from you. 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 So, and that was why we started with that poll. to ask questions. Okay, let me launch the result of the poll. Okay, I think I can end the polling now. Let me end it, and then let me share the results. Let me share the results. So I believe you can all see the result from your hand. You can all see the result of the poll. I believe you can all see the result of the poll from your hand. What we have from the poll. Can you see what we have? Is your school planning to resume for the next session? Oh, we have it 5%. 50% says no. Were you able to have the third term in your school due to the pandemic? We had a lower percent. All right, so can you see that that's an issue? That's an issue. Has there been any form? This one says, has there been any form of training for teachers in your school to prepare them for the next session? No. Can you see? We have a lot right here in this training. 85% of the participants are saying their schools have not organized any training for the teachers. That's so pathetic. That's not a good one. Okay. Have you started conducting online entrance examinations in your school? 8% says yes, 92% says no. That's serious. That's serious. And the last one, number 5, says, do you have any summer package or program for your learners this August? 31% says yes, 69% says no. That's serious. And that's why at EAZY-DIGI Tech Solutions, we are planning a virtual summer experience for August. All right, and we're going to be starting next week. All right, so as a school, you can partner with us. Like you bring your kids. All right, so it's an avenue for you to connect to your kids. It's an avenue for you to give them an experience that preserves your brand. All right, that preserves your brand. It's an avenue for you to let your kids know, oh, we're thinking about you, want to preserve you, want to have you with us, want to equip you, want to add value to you. All right, so it's an avenue for you to achieve that. All right, so it's a virtual fun experience, and we're going to be training your kids. All right, so on education technology, because as far as e-learning is concerned, we have stakeholders, we have the parents, we have the educators, and we have the learners. So the learners too must be trained. So we're going to be having sessions of digital education for them. I'm also going to be having free online math classes, free online English classes, and going to be game and tech challenges. It's loaded. It's loaded. It's loaded. So we're going to be starting by next week. So as a school, you can partner with us. You bring your kids, let them have this experience. All right, and it helps you to preserve your brand. Don't forget that preserving your brand is very essential. Is very, very essential. All right, for your business to keep surviving as a school. And I tell you, I say it again and again, it is not expensive. If you're looking at money, it is not expensive. It's not. You can meet us, we can discuss one-on-one, and we'll look more into that. So we have a lot of feedback coming in the Zoom chat room. Thank you for your feedbacks. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your feedbacks. I can see a lot of feedback in the Zoom chat room. Thank you for the feedback. 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 Okay, great. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you everyone for the feedback. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. All right, so Miss Teresa, can you hear me? Are you in the room? Hello, Miss Teresa, are you there?
I'm in the room, sir.
Okay, good. Within 2 minutes, can you just share your view on what we have here?
Which aspect would you like me to address, sir?
Okay, whichever aspect you like to. Please go on.
I see that teachers are extremely concerned about digital presence in the background of with the background of challenges that schools are currently presented with. Teachers are saying that, you know, as far as technology is concerned, we do have the situation where parents and maybe even teachers are not tech savvy. And I think maybe I'd like to speak a bit about that. I think we need to make sure that teachers understand that the traditional way of looking at education is where the education department and schools have access to the knowledge that's supposed to be passed on to the children. So we have these curriculum requirements. What we need to realize now is that education has become ubiquitous to the point where this no longer needs to be in the hands of administration, of ministries, of these people that have held this to themselves. So as an educator, where there is a need, you now have the ability to tailor that need and come up with ways that you can address apart from what you are being requested to do by your administration. So I think what I'd like to encourage educators to do is, I know that we expect professional development from our places of work, and I know we expect school administrations to guide this, which is important, but we also do have access to so much right now, and we have to empower ourselves as teachers so that we can take charge of how we are going to drive that in our schools. Once teachers are empowered, they can empower their parents. Once the parents are empowered, they are able to empower the learners. I think in some instances also, our learners have become more tech savvy than some of us. So it is also very important to take a look at how can we use our learners in this regard as well, to not only empower maybe their parents, but maybe their peers in their classroom as well. This is just one of the things that I feel strongly about. As teachers, we do have power. We need to realize the power that we have. And I hope that our colleague is able to introduce the Microsoft products that are out there, because that's just one way that you can actually make sure that you're working on your brand. Whatever you don't know, it is out there. You can find out. And in that way, like I say, empower yourself.
Oh, great. Awesome. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. All right. So we have questions coming right now. I have a lot of questions coming in right now. All right. So we may not be able to take the Microsoft session today. All right, but we're working on having Mr. Sivanos is surely going to be coming around. All right. So surely going to be coming around. So we encourage everyone to please stay connected. Okay. So can we come in for the training as educators, parents, instead of as a school? Very well. You can. You can. You can. It's open. We can discuss about that. You can meet a lead admin, and we'll discuss and get into that. All right. So we have a lot of questions coming in here. So we can. The challenges my school is presently facing is a population of our parents educated and are not tech savvy. And that's what we're talking about. We have three stakeholders. We have the parents, the learners, and the educators. All right. So the parents too have to be trained. They have to be trained. All right. So as educators and the learners. All right. So but then at this point, let's be strategic. Let's be strategic. For our Nigerian schools, at this point, let's be strategic. This period is well known for summer. Okay. And then there are some experiences that must come with summer. All right. For you to preserve your brand as a school. As a school. All right. One of it is, the kids. When it comes to, the kids are the one with the parent. And there's to a large extent, the kids they are very strong stakeholders. All right. So if your kids are no longer enjoying your value as a school, they may begin to look at others. They may start complaining to your parents and all of that. All right. So one way, what we have put in place from our whole end, all right, for you to preserve your brand as a company is this summer program. Okay. So it's a virtual summer experience. All right. So where they come, they're going to be trained. They're going to have a lot of play games, educational games. They're going to be exposed to a lot of stuff. All right. So you can come in as a school and partner with us so that your kids can have this experience and so that you can also be able to preserve your brand, okay, as a school and also as an educator. All right. Time will not permit us to look specifically into what you can do as an educator personally. All right. So as a teacher, as an educator, all right, there are some things you need to do to also brand yourself personally. All right. There's some things you need to do. All right. You need to be able to create a lot of content. You need to be able to draft a lot, create your slides, create your worksheets. You need to be able to do designs. You need to be able to create audio visuals. Right now, we are recruiting for teachers that are able to do audio visuals and all of that. All right, so we have some companies that partners are reaching out to us. They need this. They want to create audio visuals and all of that, and all of that, and all of that. And so these are skills that you need to have at a time like this. All right, so as an educator, these are skills you need to have. All right, because there are going to be more opportunities in this regard. All right, so someone is asking the question, how can we meet with you to do the partner as a school? All right, so please kindly send a chat to the admin. If you're on the WhatsApp group, just send a chat to the admin and we're going to discuss. All right, so we're going to discuss. We're going to talk more about that. Okay, thank you for reaching out. All right. So as an educator, there are certain things you need to have. You need to have. While on LinkedIn, I started posting some of my stuff, my videos, some of my plan of that, and a lot of guys come around and they check it out from all over the world. They check my page, my LinkedIn page, and they see my posts, they see the videos, and they come chatting back. They're like, oh, that's great. You're doing a great job. And it's fine. Some of them come around, approach me and say, okay, send vacancies of teaching opportunities and all that. All of that. You see, that is where we are. All right, that is where we are. So as an educator, you need to prepare yourself for opportunities. Let me tell you something, especially for private school teachers. All right, forget about depending on your school. Okay. All right, they are going to try to, schools now are even trying to find their bearing. All right, so you need to start thinking of how you personally, all right, can begin to position yourself as a brand. And that's why in this company we have a tutoring a department, that is an EAZY-DIGI tutors. All right, and we currently have partners within and outside Nigeria. We have a lot of opportunities coming in, both from Nigeria and outside the country. And but for you to be an EAZY-DIGI tutor, you must have gone through our trainings. It's on the website. You see the requirements and all of that. Okay, all right. So because we want to see a new brand, a new breed of educators. All right. So this is the time for us to have a breed of digital educators coming up. All right. So then, many things you need to have as an educator. Many things you need to have. You need to basically have a laptop. All right. So now, most of us, our phones, Androids that we are even have, it's far way back 20,000, 30,000 plus and all of that. All right. That can buy a mini laptop. That can buy a mini, you can get a laptop 20, 25,000 and all of that and everything. You must begin to prepare. You must begin to prepare for the future of education. All right. It's not everything you can do with your Android phone. Fine, the Android can do so much, but it's not everything you can do with the Android phone. All right. We're going to give you a lot of stuff you can do with your Android phone in this training. All right. But then we are saying you must begin to prepare. Begin to prepare. You need a laptop to really harness a lot of tools in their fullness. In their fullness. All right. So please, at this point, we are getting to the end of this training, and we'd like to pause, and begin to take feedback from from uh, from our participants. All right. So once again, thank you for staying with us this far. We really, really appreciate your presence. We have a lot of questions coming up here, and we may not be able to take all the questions in this session. All right, but you can be sure that we're going to look into all your questions. As time, every question you ask on this platform is recorded. We have them tracked. All right, and we're going to be providing these answers to the questions from time to time in this session, because you do not intend to take your time on this platform. Okay, so please keep on bringing your questions, share your thoughts and your feedback in this session, so that we can be able to discuss more and more. Okay. Yeah, so on the note of school online admission exams, how can that be managed to avoid cheating during exams? Some parents won't leave their kids to do the exams themselves. How can this system be trusted, please? Also, it can be trusted. It can be trusted. I remember one of my students, one of my private students that schools in the UK, we're having a class, and I asked him, I said, I was preparing him for his third term exam. And I asked him, I said, how do you do your exams? And it was like, yeah, we have two devices, one monitoring device and then another device for doing the exam, and all of that. Okay, so and after doing my research, I discovered that it's actually not difficult. There's a way you can work around monitoring. All right. There's a company right now that's going to be doing a competition in Nigeria, and they want us to help them handle the competition platform, which is going to involve monitoring and doing the competition itself. All right, so there's a way it can be managed, just that you can monitor the students. All right, you can see us, you can meet us in person, and then we're going to discuss more and more about that. So thank you for reaching out on that question. Yeah. Okay, so we have another question here. uh, yeah, can we come in for the training as educators? Of course you can. You can reach out to us, and then we can have trainings with you as educators and parents. Very important. Parents too must be trained. It's very essential. All right. Okay, so then talking about how you can make us to do partnering as a school. Yeah, I've said you can reach out to any of the admins on the WhatsApp platform, and then we can discuss, and then we get started. All right. Okay, great. All right, so we are coming gradually to the end of today's session, and then in the Zoom chat room, you can begin to drop what you think about the session. You can begin to share your thoughts what you think about it. What do you think about this session? What have you learned? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about this? And please feel free to express your mind. We'd like to hear from you. It's very important to us. But then one thing we are saying today is the fact that we are concerned about sustaining your business space. We are very concerned about that. And in doing that, we have to look at three stakeholders. We have to look at the parents, we have to look at the learners, we have to look at you as a person. We have to look at these three entities. And in doing that, we are saying, even right now, you have to start doing a lot of things to preserve your brand. Even right now, you have to start reaching out. It doesn't have to be learning. It doesn't have to involve teaching or learning. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. So even right now, you have to start doing a lot of things. You have to do a lot of things, all right, that will keep preserving your brand. You have to create some stuff that's going to send you message to your clients and even your prospective clients that yes, we create value here and want to add value to you. And so that will arouse their interest in what you do. Okay, so digital branding is very essential for you as a school, very essential for you as an educator, And be reminded, from next week, Monday, we're going to be starting our practical classes. All right, so we decided to use this week to just welcome you. So all of the sessions we've had this week is just to welcome you. From Monday, we're going to be starting practical classes, where you're going to be practically seeing how to create your content, practically seeing tools that are available for you to use, all right, to create a lot of stuff. There are tools that you can use to manage a whole lot of tools that are available, free tools. All right, so from our research department, we have done our research to discover a lot of free tools that you don't need to pay for, that you can use and to set up and to create digital components in your system, all right, and be able to successfully have a virtual school that runs. Okay, it's not just that learning can happen anywhere, all right. So you can have classroom outside the classroom. You don't need a physical building to learn, all right. Way back before the pandemic, many schools have been running online stuff. They have been running online stuff, all right. So in the course of our research, we came across a company in Portugal, and then we discussed with them, and then they were sharing a product with us that can help you save the challenge of data. All right, to let you know, we are doing so much in this regard as to providing solution. So we met with this company, so they told us that they have a product that can, that can curtail the challenge with data. All right, it works in such a way that even without data, we're able to have access to learning. All right, I'm sure you're interested in that. We're going to talk more about that in the course of the training. All right, so from our research team, there are so much put in place for this training. Please do not miss any session. If you know any school out there, please invite them to be part of this session, because so much is going to be dished out. We're going to be looking at a lot of things practically. All right, all our facilitators are set. They are ready to really impact us powerfully. All right, so please kindly reach out. All right, so then concerning the questions I've been asked, we'll hear from you soonest. All right, so this is what we'll call it a day for today. Thank you so much for your time. All right, so please, the meeting does not end here. We'll continue with discussions in the WhatsApp group. Kindly make sure you migrate to the WhatsApp group and let's continue our discussions there. So once again, thank you everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you later.